I don't play like everybody else.
Oh,
I already know.
Lord.
I can't play this good. I just can't. It's impossible.
2 queens limping in.
Chicago also.
Count Trapula
Yeah.
The Pritzker.
rises.
You won 2 that I've seen.
Will there be any customers?
Tournament, but 1 point.
King, Queen, 7. Open ender and bottom pair out there against middle set. Modest 200.
Actione. Well, 200 is not a lot of action, is it?
Called in 2 seats and uh-oh. Tice. Binks the nuts straight. Hellmuth does have a draw to a pair to fill up and the better club draw.
Raise to 1700.
Nevertheless, Landon check pops him. A little chuckle there out of Tice before Phill acts.
I'm going to call, dealer.
Quadzilla on the end here after Hellmuth called the 1300, and is Tice going to go for a value bet or not?
2000.
Downsized a bit, south of half pot.
So quiet.
Raise 3,500.
3,500 more. 5,500.
King Queen's a good hand.
No, I have better than that. I have quads.
You have quads?
Yeah.
Tice not making a meal of it whatsoever.
Quadzilla.
Can't beat a flush, can't
Just
beat a
keep
Philly.
flipping with big pairs, and eventually you make a big hand. Right?
And I'm gonna have ace
I'm
jack
gonna trap
all those times.
And he's
So-
gonna have ace jack when you
lot
have
of
the
ace
queens,
jacks.
and an ace isn't gonna flop, and you're gonna stack him.
Last time we played in the studio, Maria, you got a little jiggy against me. Maybe I can trap you.
I'm trappable for sure.
I'm going to check 100% you are.
Ooh. King 10 turns into bottom 2 on a sopping wet board.
Check.
And Maria
I will.
pumps the brakes with her ace. That allows a 9 to roll off, which connects with Nick Wright's holding. And a second round of
Got her.
checks means it's
7.
time to bet.
Got her.
Got her unannounced.
You did. You
Trapper
did.
Phill.
Like, I would have hated myself for not betting the turn, but now I kind of hate myself a little more because you check raised me. But I'm actually going to call. So.
Oh, my God.
Here we
Please
go.
give us
The
a deuce
speech and the call.
so I can bet 6,500. What will you pay off?
A deuce? A lot.
That's not a deuce.
That's not a deuce.
King's full will be reassuring.
I guess I'll bet 8,500.
8,500.
Sub half pot river bet here. Feels a little milky. Maria now playing a 10
Got her.
kicker.
Okay.
You fold the king, Maria? Good fold.
Actually,
No, I think he flopped it.
a king was a good fold, actually.
That's what I said.
So if you folded an ace, well done. But
Call.
But I respect it. I mean, his goal is to become radically authentic,
Call.
which I think is amazing.
My kids are older than anybody here.
Call.
Apparently, no one
Old-
respects my
old
big
you're
blinds.
56.
We got a family game.
Look,
Oh,
wow.
how often do you see a family
This
pot
is rare.
in this studio? Very rare, very rare.
So friendly.
2 king jacks
You're
and ace
talking
10,
about
a couple
family,
of
you know, it's hard to be
sixes,
aggressive.
and somehow a king and a jack roll off on this board. Top 2 for both Hellmuth and Brunson.
5,000.
And yet it is Graham who decides with bottom pair and some backdoor straight potential to come out betting. The good senator knows when it's time to throw away an 8 with 4 players left to act behind him. Now Botez has the gut shot straight draw. Not interested.
32,000.
32,000.
Jeez.
Aggression, yeah.
Aggression.
And this is a meaty
knew they'd
raise
keep
from
you
Phill
around for a
Hellmuth.
bit.
And Doyle's
There you
played
go.
with him long enough to know Phill doesn't usually put this kind of action in unless he's got a really strong hand.
All in.
And nevertheless, Doyle is going to move all in.
Godzilla versus King Kong.
I probably shouldn't, but I just.
Now,
I mean, I think it's
no
bad
out
for
of
the
that.
show, but I have top.
I really want to say.
oh yeah.
Call.
Call.
I can't,
No.
I can't beat that. I'm tied.
No! Spade, spade.
No way.
You're right.
Spade, spade.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not even. rooting
Doyle
for
with an
spade,
old
spade.
school slow roll. It's harmless.
Although, you know, Doyle's put some bad beats on me in some of these shows.
Should a spade roll off, he will draw to it, but knows.
I have the nuts. I have the nuts.
Case
Over
king
now.
on the turn gives them both kings full, and they'll carve it up.
You're on keto, Phil?
Raise 1,500.
No more Sour Patch Kids, nothing?
I'll be off keto for our match.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long are you going to stay on the keto diet?
I have to have candy.
What's
You
the
couldn't pay me
distinction-
enough money to do that diet for more than 2 weeks.
What's the distinction
It's
between
not healthy.
keto and
Stupid.
Atkins?
When's the match, Bill?
What's the distinction between keto and Atkins?
you guys
Do
know
you remember
that.
the old Atkins
Basically,
thing?
it's repackaged.
All
It's
right, it's the
about
same thing.
manipulating the amount of carbs that you can have, and then you
Okay.
go all the way to carnivore and just never, and then diarrhea for like a month.
Then your body starts taking vitals from other areas of your body. You're not getting full nutrition.
I will bet.
You'll lose weight.
1,500.
Ace queen is pipped by 2 deuces here as Hellmuth and Negreanu in their first face-off. 1,500 ahead pre and post-flop. Now Hellmuth binks the ace.
And 3,500 in the dark.
Fired 2,000 on the turn and then a dark 35 on the river.
Not calling. That's for sure.
Now threatening to potentially raise.
Definitely not calling. But folding. There were some cards I would have done that with, but nah.
Raise 70,000.
Queen Jack suited coming for it. Jennings is on vapors. And King Jack suited is enough.
Call.
How much? 55?
It's 75 total.
Does Hellmuth want to join the party in an effort to bust Peter
I
here?
can't re-raise, right?
Cannot.
Oh, I know. I was kidding.
Call.
No, you might want to re-raise.
Well, no, right. Of course, I would want to if I was allowed to, but typically not allowed to when it's 5,000 more.
Check.
King 8-6 and Jennings way in front. Hellmuth with the 6s
25.
ahead of Nick.
25,000.
Barrel's just 25,000. Oh, wow. Right, with naked Queen Jack high. Makes the call. It's trip 6s on the end for Hellmuth. Down will go Peter Jennings with the King Jack.
45.
45,000. Fold.
Right,
Trip 6s.
folds and
Oh, really?
heartbreak for Peter.
Oh, boy.
As the money bubble officially bursts.
How'd you come up with the name Beast?
Call.
I was 13. I honestly don't know.
I love the names that people picked as kids that just stuck.
Yeah, and then you get too big to change it.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have.
You ever think about changing the name? Like
raise
when you went through the process?
15,000.
Speaking of good problems to have, how about aces for Hellmuth? And this time,
Change at some point.
Jimmy, who makes his
Okay.
living giving away money apparently,
All right, my first.
Beast versus Apex Predator.
is certainly
if I
poised
can-
to do some of that with this 7-8 offsuit, although he flops himself an open-ended straight draw here
I'm all in.
and leads out for 10,000,
Who's
which
this?
is
Who's this?
promptly
Yep.
piled
Like,
on
I'd
by
flip these
Hellmuth.
over if I wanted to.
10,000.
You can flip it over. I probably shouldn't ask for advice, but
No, I'm not gonna ask for advice. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I feel like I'll hit a straight, so let's do it. Call.
No.
I just sat down, but let's see what happens.
Oh my goodness! Look at Phill Hellmuth.
All right.
Did everything he
Of course.
could.
Yeah, I had this happen the other day, right when I sat at the table. The first hand I played, he had pocket aces.
The problem is, it's bad for the podcast if you lose. Like, it's bad for the show if you lose because
I have plot
you're a big
armor.
draw.
Watch this.
You're a big draw.
I know I'm going to win because I have plot armor.
Oh man.
Wow.
All right, let's see it.
It's a good one.
I guess I can't give my, if he hits it, I can't give my usual tantrum.
Oh, gosh. All right, well.
Not there on the turn. One more tug at it, and Jimmy on a 2-hour delay just landed.
The suspense.
Is he headed back to the airport?
Ah, darn.
Sure looks that way.
All right.
I'm playing, and I'm playing. Keating invites me to his game, and finally I decide.
I really
to
think
play.
we should put the bounty.
Finally, I decided
if you
to play
felt Phill,
Jason.
everybody gives you 2K. How about
Jason,
that?
you want me to continue my story? Or you want to take over?
You felt Phill, I'll give you
choose.
10K right now.
You choose, Jason.
Oh, okay, that bounty's live. Okay, tell your story.
That bounty's live. 10K on Phill.
10K on Phill for what?
You felt him, you get it.
10K, slurp.
You gotta stack him for all
So
of it.
wait, if you stack him, but what if I don't? I may have to rebuy.
God, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
you
to play
gotta
every
rebuy.
hand here.
I know. This is going to be great for somebody.
Do it.
So Keating,
If you stack him, you get a 10K
I call.
hanging
bonus.
a $10,000 pork chop
Oh
around
my
Phill
Lord! Just think
Hellmuth.
about how that
Call
changes
to
the action.
Call to crack.
It's
Call
totally.
to
It's a
crack.
significant amount.
Call to
It
crack.
changes the action.
Let me just think. I would normally raise.
Make it
here.
4,000.
I'll be honest.
Make
I
it
would normally
4,000.
raise here, but I'm thinking.
Make it 4,000.
You think of that
very
10K
smart.
pot sweetener?
I know if I make it 3K, Shamas gonna call to try to win the 10K, so I check.
Oh
I already know.
Lord.
Give me this
That
thing.
pot sweetener has
And
sweetened
Keating
the
will call
pot.
immediately too. If I make it
Of
4K
course.
more, these two guys, Shamath will pull in
There it is.
4,000.
The fourth.
I'm just Shamath would put in the
Fourth
4,000,
flop.
and
Phill Hellmuth
Keating
has
would
seen
beat him
4
in the
flops.
pot. He would beat him in the pot.
Man has seen 4 flops. It is an incredible day for poker.
This.
When Phill
Trip
Hellmuth sees
10s
4
for
flops.
Hellmuth.
The
Keating
poker
hits
world
the
is
7.
stunned. He's seen 4 flops in 3 hours.
Action's on Jason.
Check.
Breaking news.
Unlucky for those who had the under.
Breaking news. We have a breaking news alert. Phill Hellmuth
Check.
has seen 4 flops.
2 other players hit this case ace on the turn, including David Sachs, who with a round of checks in front of him bets the 1K.
Oh,
Gets
you know,
called
I raise
predictably
quickly,
by J. Cal.
No
and
hesitation.
3x from Hellmuth.
That's because you have it?
I have it.
Because you don't have it.
I always have it.
God, he does always have it, doesn't he? Okay.
It's a shame you didn't have King 10, Jason, because you would have moved in and I would have said, give it to me. I know, I knew you had an ace or a 10. That's why I got the raise in. I was thinking, if he has a 10, he's going to get it in dead. Yum, yum, boys.
You're Phill Hellmuth.
I haven't taken it seriously.
Yeah. I imagine you have the kind of mind, though, because backgammon is mathematical, right? So you have the kind of mind where you become good quickly, I think. 10,000.
3-handed action. Hellmuth limps from the small and
Well, I
flops
also like
9s
the
against the
cards to test
senator,
out
who
more
checked
like
back an ace and
Those are fun
turns
too,
into
when you can be
7s on
creative,
this flop.
especially in rapid formats.
10,000.
4-liner on the board, and Phil's still firing.
Not very much. It's more understanding. Opening theory is a lot of memorization, but the rest you have to understand the concepts because you'll very rarely get the same positions.
When did you start playing?
When I was 6.
So were you good instantaneously at 6? Like, were you better than most 6-year-olds when you first
Yeah,
started?
yeah, I won nationals 2 years later.
Pair of 9s with a queen.
So that's why my dad pushed me towards it.
Oh, 8, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you just it had to be 8?
Yeah, they have to. They make bet 8.
With the blinds at 4 and 8,000, that is the min bet, and Hellmuth
Nice.
Small pot, but
gives
they're-
Cruz a
Yeah, no, you-
milking.
Winning chips, that.
Yep.
I know what she would do. I call.
Nick with a little speech play,
Yeah, no problem. How about this?
trying
Phil?
to rep
For
something
you.
much stronger
Check
than
the
what
I
he's
checked
got.
in the dark behind.
Wow. What a.
And somehow both players check the flop before it's produced, so out
I
comes
have to
the
look.
turn.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Very fortunate to hit top pair.
I have to look.
Yeah, I know.
Hellmuth with the club check will pleasantly discover the ace is a club.
Did you flop a set?
I can't give you any more information. You've taught us not to lie, and you said you know what I look like when I'm bluffing. I'm at a huge underdog at this. Well, I was a huge underdog before the flop.
All right, I'm gonna bet 2,100.
2,100?
21 is the bet.
Okay. I'm
Full
gonna fold that, Phil.
pot size bet on the turn, and the jack crumbles under the pressure.
All right, Jason. This is a mandatory raise for me, but all right. I'll just call you.
Mandatory raise. I call.
Oh, what just happened?
You seemed like I saw something. It seemed.
Oh, okay.
to me
All
like,
right. All right. Okay. All right. I don't know. You're the world's greatest. What can we say?
Rare limp pot that involves Alan Keating.
A raise?
Function of his
That's a
7-3
mandatory.
offsuit in the small
I'm
blind.
looking for a full house before I put any more money in.
10 high flop.
That's what that looked like.
Trouble.
2,000.
J Cal outkicked by Phil.
I can't play this good. I just can't. It's impossible.
No way.
It's impossible. I can't do it. Ah,
Like the equivalent of a Major League Baseball player
Just give her
going up the
three,
bat,
five of
getting
those.
struck out 100 times, and then hitting a
Three
single
back.
and being like, I'm the greatest in the world.
Well,
Witnessing
Keating
a poker rendition of this exact.
had a lot less trepidation about tearing one off with 7-3 than
check.
Phil did about
Come on.
calling with ace-10.
All right, you get it.
J
you
Cal
beat ace-10?
Rips his nub in there.
You'll find out when the tape comes out, I guess.
You laid down? I folded ace-10. Yeah.
No, that's not true. There's no way. That's
Ace-10, yeah.
What? I mean, nobody would fold ace-10 in that position.
folded ace-10.
Impossible. No, it's not possible.
Yeah, I'm all in.
55.
I have kings.
Wow. Come on. What the?
Kind of sick 3 of the last 4 hands.
You really just. I'm gonna try to get lucky.
No, I didn't want you to call. 2 diamonds.
Ooh, look at
seven.
this spicy
Well,
board.
That's an action flop, Phil. We got. It would have got in anyway.
got a chance,
We could have.
yeah.
We could have both had a couple 100,000 it gets in.
No, because you would have raised before the flop.
Yeah, that's right.
Might just fold.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't play like everybody else.
Hellmuth has flopped the diamond draw. Pair is irrelevant given he's up against a set. Now he's
you
got
imagine
one
if he
tug
keeps
at
that
8
cash
outs.
game?
Nick
Absolutely.
Wright on the brink of winning this sit and go. Can he do it? No, the 10 of diamonds, and
I didn't think
Hellmuth
that was coming.
doubles.
What a game! What's he got? 55?
Yep. I wasn't expecting that one. I'm like, all right. I'm going with it. If Keating has this beat, he wins 40. I was rooting to have you move in there.
Yep.
You should have raised, because if you raise enough, you can save 200.
Oh yeah. You should like start opening your jacks pre-flop. Yeah. Thank you.
It's true, I do limp with my jacks.
Check.
Three-way limp pot. Pair of threes for Hellmuth. Currently in front, but Calacanis has the queen high club draw.
500?
Just being mean or what?
Yeah, for sure. Admittedly so.
Check calls
Intense
500.
focus from the world's greatest.
Now hits queen.
Check. Check.
Oops. Checked one in front and now is betting. Roasted.
7,600.
Raise to 7,600.
Boom, the 22. Thank you.
Jason has been close to the tightest player in the game thus far, but he's up against what many would presume to be the tightest.
Oh no.
Good
that's a
fold.
bluff, Phil. Don't, Phil.
On a bluff.
Don't show it, Phil.
I never show my bluffs, ever.
That was a bluff for sure.
Nope.
That was the first viral video, yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then the
like-
whole world just made fun of me because I wasted 40 hours.
Where did the idea come from? So you're sitting there, are you with a buddy and having a beer and suddenly said, let's count, or what?
I'm like 19, just dropped out of college with no hope. And I was like, well, might as well just risk this and just sit here, like, because I didn't have money to do anything else. So it was just like, what can I do that will go viral and not cost money? And that's what I came up with. Actually, fun fact, I was watching Game of Thrones, and I also was like, how can I make money while watching Game of Thrones? And I watched like 3 seasons while counting.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my
Really?
God.
That part I usually leave out. So.
That's fair.
15?
I heard a story of how when you started, it was you and your friends, and you said that you guys are just going to focus on making content and got super obsessive about it. Is that
Exactly,
right? That's
yeah.
really cool.
For 3 years, you weren't allowed to date, drink, do anything. You woke up and made videos. Fun times.
All right, so is there a video
Speaking of
you've
fun
done
times,
that's
how
your
about a
favorite
6
that
on the
you're like,
turn
all right,
for
this-
Phill
Definitely where I
Hellmuth
buried myself alive for 2 days.
to jump out in front of
I
Graham's
saw
aces?
that.
What did
That
you do
looked
on that? I haven't seen that
terrifying.
one.
I just literally just got in a coffin and buried myself alive.
In a coffin?
Yeah.
So did you have oxygen in?
Yeah, and then there was oxygen going in, and then
Did you have lights?
yeah, and some lights, and then just a camera hooked up. And then my friends were like above the ground, just messing with me, like trying to cause an earthquake, or as weird as
So
it
you're,
is.
you're in a real coffin,
Yeah,
6 feet under? How?
yeah, like probably like 8 or 9 feet.
Wow. And then and you put dirt on top?
Yeah, exactly. And then my friends just messed with me up top. They could like control the lights. They could play music or like scream in the microphone and stuff like that. So it was like funny because it's like they're just up there doing whatever they want, and I'm down here being tortured, and people loved it.
Are you a masochist a little?
Now, I take it you don't get claustrophobic.
Oh, I'm very claustrophobic. I had to sleep in a coffin for like many
Full
days
house.
to train for that.
Wow.
Yeah, so like the weeks leading up, I would just sleep in my garage in a coffin.
Well, you can put this ace deuce of
Nice
clubs in a
hand.
coffin.
Nice hand.
Damn.
That was a bad play by me. I was ahead of anything that was stupid.
Limp pot. Top pair.
40?
Good spot for Nick against the 7s. Check calls 40,000. Oops. Hellmuth makes
55?
trips. Bets 55,000, gets promptly called. Right needed a jack.
65?
And now he comes out betting. Weird spot for Phill. He's certainly not going to fold, but
I don't have 8-10. I'll tell you that.
Nick says I don't have 8-10.
I'm thinking of raising you.
No, I know.
That certainly makes it easier for
I'd
Phill,
have
but
jack.
instead he just flats.
I see.
God, the raise was a better play, I think.
Hellmuth going set mining for 600. Gurley ups the price of the speculation. Modest re-raise shouldn't shed anybody. Three-way affair. Got shot straight draw on the best hand for Hellmuth. Gurley c-betting without hesitation. Gets his stack surveyed by Phill, who dark checks after calling the 2,500. Improving to an open-ender, still with the best hand. Gurley pumps the brakes and binks the king.
15.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you got lucky in it, ace-king.
Guess Hellmuth won't be bluff 3-betting.
I think you got lucky. I don't know. What do you? 3 more. That's weird. Raise. Too weird, girly. No hesitation on the river. Immediately look to raise.
Throw the bluff, please. Please.
I can't.
He doesn't have a bluff. You know.
I do anything to see the
He
bluff.
wish he could, but he called it out. Ace King's good. He's Phill Hellmuth. He knows how to lay down.
65.
Call.
King, queen suited on the button. Charging 65 to take a flop, and queen 6 suited. Not in great shape here. Ace high rainbow board.
65.
Nick instantly fires another 65 at it.
$130.
Oh, and look at this. Hellmuth. Min raising to 130 with naked queen high, just betting against Nick Wright.
If I had an ace, give me a chance to just end it.
And it's
Well, I can't really do much with that, but after this, just tell me your name.
yeah. Obviously, I won't say it all that.
Again, Phill
Let's just
and
tell the whole world.
But I
the
was
name.
just talking to her the other day. 'Cause
Cruz
she's so excited about what you
square
guys are
off,
doing.
jacks
Oh,
against
wow.
threes. And this paired flop may prove to be troublesome for the Senator, especially once Hellmuth checks.
Oh, that was a good check, Ted. Will you pay off 15?
Nope, I won't pay anything.
Certainly not once you get counterfeited, as Phill tried to trap.
I had
Lot of
I had
pocket
fantasies
pairs
of I'm gonna win a big pot.
I did too, and you crushed my dreams.
Just give me the illusion that I can make him fold at some point so that I don't change how I play.
Don't ever change anything about how you live, Alan Keating. You're like a hero to nerds everywhere. I mean, the fact that you're living this lifestyle gives
So after
many
Hellmuth limped in with
unwatched
king 10, Chamath made it 1,200 to go with ace queen, and Keating defends his big blind with 10-5 of hearts. Flop is 10-6-4, giving both Phill and Alan top pair, but Hellmuth with the better kicker, of course. Checked over to him, and he bets 2,500 into 36. Chamath making the quick call with a couple of overs, and Alan choosing to flat and see the turn,
Is just like
Is it good?
you don't
which is a 5. 2 pair now for Keating, and Hellmuth is not going to like this. Potential tantrum incoming, but he sniffs it out, checks back. Now the jack of spades leaves Chamath with ace high. He checks over to Keating.
Guaranteed.
And that looks like a healthy overbet, 14,000 into 11-5. Backdoor spades got there.
Boats,
And Hellmuth into the tank.
Unused watercraft.
This feels so,
It's happened. For sure.
this feels so unfair. It feels so unfair.
Cars with the
Nice laydown by
yellow
Phill.
label still on them.
That's true too.
I flopped it, Jason.
I fold.
Once again, he's initiated.
I mean, I'm just going to open fold. No, not anymore. Check.
Alan raised it up pre.
250.
Checks back on the flop promptly. Now binks a 6 on the turn. Hellmuth, who had the 10, leads for 250.
425.
With your 10 ball there, huh?
King, queen, no good. Oh. With another heart under there. It's tough, and you knew the 6 of diamonds was dead.
Not Alan's first time playing a poker pot.
Phil, do you ever show hands?
Properly lays down the loser. on the
Winners, baby.
Yeah, I never show. I
Yeah,
never
no, but,
show bluffs.
like,
All in. I have jacks.
first, Hellmuth runs into kings with the 9-6. Got lucky to make the
95.
flush. Now he runs into jacks with king-jack. There is no justice whatsoever. Is there a king? There is.
All right, 6 outs.
And the
twice.
10 is not a lone winner for right.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
That's a
and
chop
not even
card.
6. And one of the jacks dead. I have 1 card to win, 4 cards to tie. That's actually a great flop for you. I didn't even realize how good of a flop it was for you. Oh my God, we're actually gonna be in a real game again. That's not what I was hoping.
It's not over yet. You still have 1 out.
Yeah, I mean, I have literally 1 out to win, 4 outs to chop. Huzzah. Good hand.
95
to you.
Hellmuth beating kings
What a
and
battle.
jacks.
Unbelievable.
Yes. Rather ideal for you.
12.
Raise 12. Thank you. Call.
Keating is Phill hunting. Any weapon will do. On this occasion, jack 3.
Check it.
And here
With
comes
intent to
another
call.
dark check.
Check. Bet 2,000. Call.
10-6-5.
Check.
Keating lays the groundwork.
Check. Check.
Won't bet the ace. Now hits a jack on the river.
Check.
Clubs get there as well.
Call.
Bet 4,000. Call.
Jack.
Snap
Kings.
call from Phill.
Good God.
100 more behind. Shemad that at 100K.
40,000.
40,000.
My strategy, you know, if I'm going to be playing, like, it's just too much money to risk in one day for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, not for anybody. If I'm playing with my friends and I lose that money,
Wow.
that's different.
Shove. Okay.
All right, I don't have a choice. I have to call.
You two play it out.
Ace queen I have.
All right.
Sorry.
Ace king against ace queen as the chips get in the middle.
Get revenge for me.
I thought the way you put in the money you were strong, but I can't, even as good as I am, I can't get away from ace queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That hand kind of played itself.
Yeah. Oh my.
Oh.
Wow. Brutality here as the queen high
I
flop
still
is
believe.
all Phill
Give us a 10
Hellmuth.
or a jack, please.
That's brutal.
Just give him a king. It's okay. I mean, he deserves it.
Okay.
This is
Cruz.
not fair.
Needs a king
Speaking
and
of
a
rage
king
against
alone, and
Here's
it
the problem.
definitely
Yeah,
isn't
so
fair.
Everybody at home is puking. You know, you guys are all puking. You're like, we can't let Phil win this pot. Not with
Yeah.
our
Of
worst.
course we can.
No, we
Yeah,
can't.
we can't. It's not even fair.
All right, give me one of her cowboys. She's had
No,
all
this
day.
one's a
fine.
king.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Now that
And
was
the river,
that was
not there.
I
And
will
Cruz
say
could
this,
do
though, you
nothing
acquitted
better
yourself
than what he did
perfectly. You got
there.
it in
Yeah.
2.5 to 1 favorite against me, and you didn't deserve to lose that pot. I'm going to make it 8,000.
Duchess of
8,800.
Here we go.
8,800.
80.
On the heels of the speech, with perhaps a slightly bruised ego in the eyes of the competition.
Lucky number.
Upstairs to
which
8,000 we
Never,
go.
Ever, ever folding. Just so you know.
Wow. Here we go. This is
Keating.
it. Keating, you have to give yourself 10,000 if you felt him, okay?
I will check in the dark.
Of course, he's so weak.
What?
So weak. So
What a
weak.
Puss in Boots.
Check.
So weak.
Dark check yields top pair against middle pair.
Bet 5,000.
Keating fires 5,000, and then Hellmuth rips all in.
55,000.
2,700.
So annoying.
You're pulling 5 each. It's easier this way.
Oh my God, set of
Ace
nines.
queen.
King, queen.
Allen's escaped disaster on multiple occasions in spots like this. We saw him with the Jack 6. Up against J-Cow, but he was ahead there. Not this time.